Welcome to today's tutorial. Today we'll be looking at top SAT mathematics questions. Alright, if 3x plus 2y equals 12 and 2x minus y equals 4, what is the value of x plus y? So for us to find the value of x plus y, we have to know the value of x and the value of y. So we can solve this out simultaneously. So in solving this out simultaneously, we have to make one of our variables to be equal. All right, let's make y equal. So this will be times 2. So making this times 2, this becomes 2 times 2, 4x minus 2y equals 8. So subtracting equation this from this gives us 3x plus 2y equals 12, and okay, adding this up, this will give us 4 plus 3 will give us 7x, minus 2 plus 2 will cancel out, 8 plus 12 will give us 20. So our x equals 20 over 7. Okay, now imputing the value of x, 20 over 7, into this equation, we are having 3x plus 2y equals 12. So 3 brackets 20 over 7 equals plus 2y equals 12. Okay, so here will become 60 over 7 plus 2y over 1 equals 12. So our LCM here will be 7. All right, this will be 60 plus, this will give us 14y equals 12. Okay, so 7 times 12 will give us 60 plus 14y equals 84. 7 times 12 will give us 84. Okay, so this becomes 14y equals 84 minus 60. So 14y will give us 24. So y equals 24 over 14, which will give us 24 divided by 2 will give us 12, and 14 divided by 2 will give us 7. So now our value of y is 12 over 7, and value of x is 20 over 7. So now back to our question, x plus y will give us, x is 20 over 7 plus 12 over 7, which will give us 32 over 7. So if we divide 32 by 7, that will give us 4.57. So approximately 5. So the value of x plus y is approximately 5, which is option D. A quadratic function has roots at x minus 2 equals minus 2 and x equals 5. Which of the following could be the function? Now, in order to find the function, our f of x, fx, will become x, negative crossing over becomes positive, x plus 2, and x, positive crossing over becomes negative, x plus 5. So our function will become x plus 2 times x minus 5, which is our option A. If sine theta equals 3 over 5, and theta is in the first quadrant, what is cos theta? So if theta is in our first quadrant, that means in this first quadrant, both sine, cos, and tan are all positive. Okay, and sine theta is 3 over 5. That means sine theta we know is opposite over hypotenuse. All right, so in our right angle, we are having opposite theta, opposite as 3, hypotenuse as 5. So, and we know that cos theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse. So we need to find our adjacent. So in order to get our adjacent, we would apply Pythagoras theorem, which is 5 squared, okay, hypotenuse squared equals opposite squared plus adjacent squared. Now in this case, our hypotenuse is 5 squared equals opposite, which is 3 squared plus adjacent squared. So this gives us 25 equals 9 plus adjacent squared. So our adjacent squared will give us 25 minus 9. Adjacent squared equals 16. So adjacent will be the root of 16, which will give us 4. So our adjacent is 4. Now back to cos theta. Cos theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse, where our adjacent is 4 and hypotenuse is 5. So cos theta will be 4 over 5, which is option A. What is the solution to the inequality? 2x minus 5 is greater than 9. Now, in doing this, we'll first of all collect our constants together. So this becomes 2x is greater than 9 plus 5. And 2x is greater than 9 plus 5 will give us 14. So x will be 14. X is greater than 14 divided by 2. So x will be greater than 7, which is our option B. A function f is defined by fx equals 2 x squared minus 4x plus 3. What is the minimum value of fx? Now, to find the minimum value, we'll first of all find the vertex. And for us to find the vectors of the equation, we are using x equals minus b over 2a. Now, from this equation, our a is 1, b is minus 4, and c is 3. Okay, so x will become minus 4 all over 2 times 1. This gives us 4 over 2, which is 2. All right, now back to our equation of fx equals x squared minus 4x plus 3. Now, for x, we'll substitute with 2. This will give us 2 squared minus 4 times 2 plus 3. This becomes 4 minus 8 plus 3. Okay, this will give us 4 minus 8 is minus 4. Minus 4 plus 3 will give us minus 1, which is option A. The sum of the interior angles of a polygon is 1260. How many sides does the polygon have? Now, for us to find sum of interior angles, we use S equals n minus 2, 180. Okay? Now, where n is the number of sides of the polygon. Now, we have been given the sum of the interior angles to be 1260 degrees. So this becomes n, which is what you're looking for, minus 2 times 180 degrees. So 1260 equals, opening this bracket, 180n minus 360. Now, collecting our like terms together, this becomes 1260 plus 360 equals 180n. So this will give us 1260 plus 360 will give us 1620 equals 180n. So n equals 1620 divided by 180, which will give us 9. So the number of sides of the polygon will be 9. What is the value of x if log 2x equals 5? Now, in solving this, we are going to apply our logarithm law that says if you have log x a equals n, then a equals x raised to power n. Okay, applying this law to this will now become, since we have log 2x equals 5, this will now become x equals 2 raised to power 5. And x equals 2 raised to power 5 will give us 32. So x equals 32, which is option C. A cycle has a radius of 6 cm, a radius 6 cm. What is the area of the cycle in terms of pi? So we are looking for area of cycle, and we know that area of cycle is pi r squared. Now, since they said in terms of pi, we do not need to put the value of pi. Okay, so our radius is 6 cm, so our area will become pi times 6 squared, and we know that 6 squared is the same thing as 6 times 6, which will give us 36 pi, which is option C. Solve for x in 2x minus 3 equals 7. Okay, now in doing this, we are going to open up this to become 2x minus 3 equals plus or minus 7. So this becomes 2x minus 3 equals 7, or 2x minus 3 equals minus 7. All right, now 3 going over minus 3 going over will give us 2x equals 7 plus 3, which will give us 2x equals 10. So x equals 10 over 5, 10 over 2, which will give us 5, or 2x minus 3. Minus 3 going over will give us plus. So this becomes minus 7 plus 3. 2x equals minus 4. X equals minus 4 over 2, which will give us minus 2. So the values of x will become minus 2 or 5. So which is 5, x equals 5, or x equals minus 2, which is the option A. If the function fx equals 2x plus 3 and gx equals x squared, what is fg2? Now, to solve this, we'll first of all find our g at 2. When x equals 2, then g equals 2 squared, which will give us 4. All right. Now, to this, when we have f of g2, okay, that means the value of 4 will substitute for our x in 2x plus 3. This will give us 2 bracket 4 plus 3. 2 times 4 will give us 8 plus 3, which is 11. So our answer will be 11, which is option C. If x minus 3, x plus 4 equals 0, what is the sum of all possible values of x? So for this, we are having it as x minus 3 equals 0, so therefore x equals 3. And for this, it will become x plus 4 equals 0, so therefore x equals minus 4. All right, so the sum of all possible values of x will become 3 plus minus 4. All right, minus times plus will give us minus, which gives us 3 minus 4, which will give us minus 1. So our answer would be minus 1, but there was a typo error here. So our answer would be minus 1. A right triangle has legs of length 5 and 12. Now, if we have a right-angled triangle of length 5 and 12, what is the length of the hypotenuse? Now, in finding this, we are going to use our Pythagoras theorem of hypotenuse squared equals opposite squared plus adjacent squared. Okay, now our hypotenuse we do not know. Hypotenuse squared equals Opposite is 5. 5 squared plus 12, 12 squared. So this gives us 25 plus 144, which eventually, summing up, will give us 169. So our hypotenuse squared will give us 169. So therefore, hypotenuse will be the square root of 169, which will be 13. So our hypotenuse in this case will be 13, which is option C. What is the value of x in the equation? 5 bracket x minus 3 equals 2 bracket x plus 4. Alright, now in solving this out, this will open up our bracket. This becomes 5x minus 5 times 3, 15, equals 2 times x, 2x, 2 times 4 plus 8. Now collecting our like terms, we are having 5x, 2 crossing over becomes minus 2x, equals 15 going over becomes positive 8 plus 15. So this will now give us 5 minus 2, 3x equals 23. So our x will give us 23 over 3, which will give us 7 whole number 2 over 3, or 7.66. So our answer will give us 7 whole number 2 over 3, or 7.6, which isn't here. What is the discriminant of the quadratic equation? We have 2x squared plus 3x minus 5 equals 0. So for our discriminant, we'll use discriminant would be b squared minus 4ac. Okay, now from this equation, our a is 2, b is plus 3, and c is minus 5. So imputing it into this formula, we have 3 squared minus 4 times 2 times minus 5. So 3 squared will give us 9, minus 4 times 2, 8. 8 times 5, 8 times 5, 40, minus times minus plus. So this gives us 49. So the discriminant of our equation will be 49, which is option A. If fx equals 3x minus 2 and gx equals 2x plus 5, find fg1. Okay, now for us to find fg1, we'll first of all substitute 1 in the equation of gx. So our g1 will become 2 bracket 1 plus 5. Okay, now this gives us 2 plus 5, which is 7. Now to fg1, we are going to substitute our 7 for x. This gives us 3 bracket 7 minus 2, which will be 21 minus 2, which will give us 19. So the value of our fg1 would be 19, which isn't here. What is the domain of the function fx equals 1 over x squared minus 4? Alright, looking at our denominator here, we are having x squared minus 4, which we can rewrite as x squared minus 2 squared. Now, applying our difference of square method, this becomes x minus 2, x plus 2. Okay, so therefore bringing our x equals minus 2, or x equals plus 2. So the values of x will range between x equals plus or minus 2. All right, now to our question, it says what is the domain of this function? So the domain of this function will only exist when all real numbers are within x for all real numbers except for x plus 2 minus 2. Why? Because x equals plus or minus 2 will make this function undefined. Solve for x in 4x squared minus 16 equals 0. Now, for us to do this, we'll first of all divide through by 4. 4x squared minus 16 divided by 4 divided by 4, 0 divided by. So 4 cancel 4 will give us x squared minus 4 equals 0. Alright, so we can now change this using a difference of square method as x squared minus 2 squared equals 0. So this becomes x minus 2, x plus 2 equals 0. So x equals 2 or x equals minus 2. So our x will become plus or minus 2, which will give us option A. A car travels 180 miles distance in 3 hours. Time. What is the average speed? Now for speed equals distance over time. So our distance here is 180 and our time is 3 hours. So 3 into 180 will give us 60 miles per hour. So he travels at 60 miles per hour, which is option A. If x raised to the power 4 equals 81, what is x? All right, now for us to find x, we have to change our 81 to a number that will be raised to the power 4. All right, this becomes x raised to the power 4 equals 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, which is 3 raised to the power 4. So x raised to the power 4 equals 3 raised to the power 4. Now, since they are having same power, we can cancel out, leaving our x equals plus or minus 3. So x will be equals plus or minus 3, which is option B. If the mean of 5, 7, x, and 11 equals 8, what is the value of x? Now, if you're looking for mean equals summation of our number EF over N. All right. Now, for this, we are going to have it as 5 plus 7 plus x plus 11 all over 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 equals 8, which is the mean. Okay, so cross multiplying 8 times 4 will give us 32 equals 5 plus 7 is 12. 12 plus 11 will give us 23. 23 plus x. So x will be 32 minus 23. So our x will become 12 minus 3 will give us 9. So the value of x would be 9, which is option C. Which value of x satisfies the equation root 2x minus 1 equals 5? Now, in order to solve this, we would first of all square both sides to eliminate the root. So if we square both sides, this becomes 2x minus 1 equals 5 squared. And we know that 5 squared is 5 times 5, which is 25. So 2x minus 1 equals 25. Okay, so moving 1 over to the other side, 2x equals 25 plus 1. So 2x equals 26. X equals 26 over 2, which will give us 13. So the value of x that satisfies this equation will be 13, which is option C. Simplify 2x plus 3 x minus 4. Now, for us to simplify this, we are going to multiply this bracket with this. This gives us 2x bracket x minus 4 plus 3 bracket x minus 4. Now, expanding each of the brackets, this will be 2x squared minus 8x plus 3x minus 4 times 3, 12. Okay? 2x squared minus 5x minus 12. Okay? Equals 0. So our answer will become 2x squared minus 5x minus 12, which is option A. Solve for x in 2x over 3 equals 5. So for this, we'll multiply both sides by 3. This will be 2x over 3 times 3 over 1 equals 5 times 3. 3 will cancel 3, leaving us with 2x equals 15. So we divide both sides by 2. 2x over 2 equals 15 over 2. So our x equals 15 over 2, which is option C. What is the volume of a cylinder with radius? Our radius is 3 centimeter, height is 10 centimeter. Now volume is going to be pi r squared h, since we are looking at the volume of a cylinder. Okay? Now they say the radius is 3 and the height is 10. Okay? So the volume of a cylinder like this will become volume equals pi times radius 3 times 3 times 10. And 3 times 3 will give us 90. 9 times 10. So this becomes 90 pi as our volume. So the volume will be 90 pi cm cube, which is option A. Find the slope of the line passing through 2, 3, and 4, 7. All right, for us to find that slope, we are looking for gradient. And the formula for gradient is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this is our y2, x2, y1, x1. So this would give us 7 minus 3 all over 4 minus 2, which would be 7 minus 3 will be 4, 4 minus 2 will be 2, which will give us 2. So our slope will be 2, which is option A. Which value of x satisfies the equation 3 raised to power 2x equals 81? Now, converting 81 to base 3, to a base of 3, this will give us 81 equals 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, which is 3 raised to power 4. So this will be 3 raised to power 2x equals 3 raised to power 4. We can equate our bases, which are equal. This becomes 2x equals 4. So x equals 4 over 2, which will give us 2. So the value of x that satisfies this equation would be 2, which is option A. Factorize completely x squared minus 6x plus 9. So if we factorize this, this will give us 9x squared. Now, what are the factors of 9 that will give us 6? We are looking at 3x and 3x. 3 times 3 will give us 9. 3 plus 3 will give us 6. But now, this is minus 6, not plus 6. So we are going to make this minus 3, minus 3. Minus 3 plus minus 3 will give us minus 6. Minus 3 times minus 3 will give us a positive 9. So this satisfies our equation. So this becomes x squared minus 3x plus 9. So grouping these two together, we are having x is common here, x minus 3. 3 is common here, minus 3, x minus 3. Okay, so this gives us x minus 3, x minus 3, which is going to become x minus 3 squared. So we are having it as x minus 3 squared, which is option B. If fx equals x squared plus x minus 6, what is f2? So when f is 2, will become 2 squared plus 2 minus 6. That gives us 4 plus 2 minus 6. That gives us 6 minus 6, which is equals 0. So our answer will be 0, which is option A. Solve for 2 raised power x plus 1 equals 16. Now, we'll first of all break down 16 to 2. That will give us 16 equals 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 2, 8, 8 times 2, 16, which is 2 raised power 4. All right, now replacing 16 with 2 raised power 4, we're having 2 raised power x plus 1 equals 2 raised power 4. Cancelling out to this, x plus 1 equals 4. So x equals 4 minus 1. X equals 3. So our answer will be 3, which is option B. X, what is the solution of the inequality? X squared minus 5x plus 6 less than 0. All right, for us to solve this, we factorize this. This will give us 6x squared. So what are the factors of 6 that will give us 5? All right, we have 3 and 2. Okay, let's see if this works. 3 times 2 will give us 6. 3 plus 2 will give us 5, but this is minus 5. So if we put this as minus 3 times 2 will give us a positive 6, and minus 3 times plus minus 2 will give us a negative 5. So this works. So this will become x squared minus 3x minus 2x plus 6. Grouping these two together, what's common here? X minus 3 minus 2 bracket x minus 3. Okay, now this will give us x minus 2 is, and x minus 3 is less than 0. So therefore, our x will become x is less than 2 and x is less than 3. X is less than 2 and x is less than 3, which will give us our option as option A. With this, we've come to the end of today's tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and click on the notification buttons for more updates. If you have any comments or questions, put them in the comment section below. Thank you.